business process reengineering is the redesign overall of workflows, systems, and structures. All of you type WSS in the chat box. Workflow. I'm asking you to do this because one is pulling back your attention and focus, and other thing is a way of remembering this business process reengineering. Change your workflows. Okay, redesign your workflows, redesign your systems, redesign your structures to achieve substantial improvement in efficiency and effectiveness of overall performance. If you keep doing the same things again and again, you will get the same results. Okay. And if you want to do different, if you want to get different results, you should do different things, right? The height of foolishness is doing the same thing again and again and expecting different results. Okay. Okay. Now, redesigning of the overall organization's workflow, systems, and structures. Okay. Redesign of to achieve substantial improvements in effectiveness and efficiency of overall performance. And this is what business process reengineering will give. Let me go a little bit deeper into this. Okay. Lean thinking. We said lean focuses on process with zero waste, and Six Sigma aims for a statistical model of achieving that reduction variation by increasing the sigma level to 6. And then TQM, let's say, organization set their version of perfection, okay, bringing all the things. And now the Six Sigma, Lean, and TQM aim to improve organizations by making ongoing changes, both big and small, to closer perfection. So once you do that, you totally shake it by what is called as a redesigning, okay, business process reengineering. Business process reengineering, okay, is more about making radical changes. Radical changes. Please write the word RC in your notebook, okay? Radical changes across the whole organization. That's why I said workflows, structure, process, everything, you change it so that you can achieve your goal. I'll go a little bit deeper. Don't worry. I'll go a little bit deeper into this. Okay. So let me go a little bit deeper into business process reengineering. Please believe me, if you found some of this theoretical stuff not absorbing, I want to let you know that it's very important for you to get an idea about each and every methodology. Okay. Only then you will have a matured decision on the pros and cons and the benefits, the strengths and weaknesses of each and every model. How many of you agree with me? Type agree in the chat box. It's very important. Don't say, hey, this is a theoretical stuff. Why do we learn all this? We have come here for Six Sigma, blah, 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 all that. Please, this is every methodology, because you're getting half an hour, 1 hour time. Please focus. Okay. Now, in the business process engineering, when you want to redesign your workflows and stuff like that, please understand the amount of activities involved. These activities involve systems, software, data storage, cloud, web processes, computer-based workflows. Okay? People manage and take care of these processes. Strong use of automation and computers is something that is used in reengineering, reprocess, because otherwise you'll be like an old nut, okay? You need to, that's why, when SAP is introduced when the technology actually challenges you, okay, you need to do reengineering, okay? When old products are no longer, strategically right things to do, you have to do reengineering. When old processes are stale, you need to do reengineering. There is no point in doing the old methods with Six Sigma qualities. How many of you are clear about what I'm saying? There is no point in making old products, non-scalable products with old technologies with perfect quality. No, please understand. So at some point in time, you need to embrace this. We need to shake the organization's workflow, shake the process, shake the systems. Okay, super clear? Reengineering. Okay, you need to do that. So since I'm teaching Six Sigma, don't think Six Sigma is everything. If I teach Lean, don't think Lean is everything. If you know Kaizen, Kaizen is everything. or theory of constraints or Scrum or Agile. No, my request to all these audience out here is embrace and know all these methodologies. It is like a toolbox, tool set. Okay, so when you go to a machine, when you want to fix a machine, you don't know which tools will come in handy, and you have to reuse the right tools. Don't worry when it is a small spanner or a small screwdriver coming from a bicycle shop. Okay, even if it has to fix your Mercedes Benz, please use if it helps. Okay, how many of you agree with me? Type agree in the chat box. Similarly, good, cool. Thank you very much. Okay, let me go ahead. Companies undergoing this process need technical help, okay? Because sometimes what happens when you want to do a re-engineering, you might need a consultant's help. You might need somebody with a domain expert, okay? For example, SAP implementation, right? SAP implementation. You need some, when you want to transition to cloud, okay? When you want a new technology, okay? Digital technology instead of just manual tech, analog to digital stuff and stuff like that, okay? So the internal team handles the task like programming, integration, fixing issues, whereas the external resources consultants can bring in some changes like I was talking about SAP or some other cloud-based or whatever it is, right? Okay, now, because we are, for example, SAP, you do, or any other, upgrading of system, it can be expensive. It can be expensive, but you need to be up to date. You need to be, you cannot be an outdated software, okay? So these are usually used only when the company thinks that it will get a lot more benefits. They can go to the next level, okay? And when they find out that the current ways of doing is really not getting them where they want to go and really not helping them to become competitive. Okay. So far, if it is interesting, useful, valuable, fantastic, awesome, please put it in the chat box. Let me proceed further. Great. Thank you very much. Every time I ask 2-3 times, just, sometimes I need that dose of dopamine to really, energize me. Great. Now, in this project, business reengineering projects, okay, business process reengineering projects usually follow a similar plan, even though it is in specific set of rules like Six Sigma. Six Sigma has some sort of defined rules, right? Define, measure, analyze, improve, control types, okay? But here, it's simply planning, designing, and action, okay? 3 main steps: planning, designing, and action. Now, they search for ways to make things better and come up with new ideas for how the process can be organized throughout the organizations. Okay, now, in the planning phase, so what I showed in the earlier diagram was 3 things. I wanted you to take it in your notes. PDA, okay? All of you type PDA in the chat box. Simple, okay? Not PDCA, but PDA, simple PDA. Planning, design, and action, simple. Which is your personal digital assistant, okay? Okay, fine. Thank you very much. Now, P for planning, as in planning, okay? In planning phase, the team will use process mapping, process architecture to figure out how things currently are done in the whole company. All of you type current state in the chat box. You need to find out the current state, okay? The current architecture. The best way to find out the current state is through process mapping or process architecture. So first to find the current state. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. And they search ways for making things better and come up with new ideas for how the process can be organized throughout the organizations. Okay, simple. Then in design phase, planned solutions work in the company. They will check in design phase, the business process reengineering teams check if their planned solutions will work in the company. You start designing, and whether it is appropriate, whether it will work here is something that they will see. And they'll also start creating tools and programs to make the changes. And the technical teams use Scrum methods. I'm going to explain about Scrum in the forthcoming slides, maybe today or the next session. How many of you are from IT industry? Type IT in the chat box. if you're from IT or ITES. Okay, and how many of you used Scrum? Just type SCRUM, Scrum. All those, backlog review, sprint, backlog review meetings, creating sprints, 2 week sprints or 1 month sprints, story points, right? And having your sprint meetings and setting up Kanban boards, right? And then, sprint deliveries, sprint retrospective, and all that stuff, agility. Great. Okay. We'll explain about all that. Okay. And I have actually laid my hands on almost all the methodologies that I have come across in this world. Okay. You name it, theory of constraints, you name it, project management, you name it, agile, you name Scrum, you name it, Lean, Six Sigma, Kaizen, Industry 4.0, business analytics. Even now, I got certified in artificial intelligence. Okay, whatever you name it. Okay, the reason is I love learning. I invest in myself in learning. Okay, I find the best investment is not in stock market, it's not in gold, it's not in this thing. The best investment I feel is investing in myself. How many of you agree with me? I don't know how many of you agree. I feel that's the best investment, because what am I earning for? To invest in myself. And I find a lot of okay, so many people agree. Good. Totally agree. Okay, fine. All right, so PDA, we said planning, design, and action. And in actions, what do you do? Finally, the companies put themselves into action, the changes that they have made, because these changes are often related to computer programs. Putting them into practice usually involves carefully managing changes and testing the teams. Okay. So testing environment, I'm going to talk about each of these testing in detail. Okay. Sandbox testing. Okay. Quality assurance testing, making sure that everything works well. Okay. Beta testing. Which of the testing have you heard about it? Let me see in the chat box. What are the testing you have heard about it? Okay, Raju has heard about beta testing. Most of you, I think you had heard about it. And all of you, okay, quality assurance testing, I'm sure all of you. Okay, which are the testing you have not heard about it? Type ST if it is sandbox testing. Okay, sandbox testing is, I think many of you may not have heard about it. Okay, fine, no problems. We are here to learn, and introducing the program to the whole company is done in stages and do the standardization. So now we'll talk about sandbox testing. Since we have crossed 9 o'clock, I'm sorry I've extended 1 minute late. If you found today's session interesting, valuable, useful, fantastic, awesome, type it in the chat box.